husbands, you know, your friends, your brothers, your entrepreneurs, you know, you have your faith. But what happens is, because you had to kind of take all of those things and push them off to the side to bear down on that thing in front of you, if you're not careful, then the thing in front of you becomes who you are. Can anybody relate to what I'm talking about? And then, at some point, you have that thing taken from you. And now you're like, what do I do? Well, I kind of jumped around a little bit, but the essence of the story is, I can relate to you all. You know, I may not have gone out and done what you've done, specifically speaking, but I know what it feels like to feel left, forgotten, marginalized, maybe not the guy that I thought. Or people, you know, in a lot of ways I got played. But the truth is, I played a lot of people too. And we're gonna be honest, let's be honest. But so my thing is, my life and your life has to be continue to be about purpose. I'll be 50 this year. I'll live another 30, 40 years or whatever. So I got a lot of living to go. Some of y'all, most of y'all are younger than me. So you haven't, your life is just kind of getting started right now. But what we're going to talk about is, how do you recalibrate? How do you refocus? How do you realign those things? And what are those concepts, those mindsets that we kind of get ourselves into that cause us to disengage from the things that we actually have there to support us? For some of you, coming here was one of the hardest things you ever done in your life, because it took you out your comfort zone. You're like, man, I don't want to admit that I'm going through something, or people are going to think this or that, or I'm ashamed, I'm embarrassed. Stuff that's actually ridiculous, you know, and I'm going to explain to you why. Because the stuff that, if you had a friend going through some of the things you went through, would you advise them to disengage or be disconnected? What would you advise them to do? Get some help. But because you all have been, I mean, I've been in a few locker rooms, and it's amazing. You guys got guys on your team, but they really, a lot of them ain't your friends, because they competing against you. So even in the locker room mentality, there's a challenge to connecting with people. I was talking to Martin Bayless. Anybody know Martin? We traveled around. He does a lot of stuff. I think he might even live out here. But Martin was telling me, when he was a rookie in the league, he was like, man, I was trying to make the team, and so I didn't get the call on defense. So I asked this other guy, hey man, what we doing? So what do you think the other guy did? Him being a rookie. What did he tell him? Yeah, or what else did he told him the wrong thing. Because, and so after the play, of course, he getting hammered, running over to the sideline, and he's like, hey man, I asked him. What do you think the coach said to him? You're supposed to know your own stuff, man. This guy, when you, I'm preaching to the choir here, but I'm just telling, I got a level. So you have people on your roster that might not be on your team, right? Because they see you as a threat. So what does that mean? What am I saying? What point am I trying to make? The point I'm trying to make is that even in what you do, sometimes you don't develop healthy affiliations just because you work and live and breathe in a competitive environment, right? And so if you're not careful, that part of your life becomes your mindset for your life. And so what we're trying to do here is to bring people to you, to get you to think about things differently, because I travel around the country and I work with guys, many of them you played with, and they're going through the same thing. They're dealing with anger, they're dealing with depression, they're dealing with rage, they're dealing with substance abuse, they're in pain, all of that stuff. And it breaks my heart, because they think that, well, I don't deserve this, I don't deserve that. And I tell people, I swore an oath to my country. I swore an oath, I can quote you the oath because it was in my heart. But that oath was a blank check, payable up to my life, which means I could die for my country. I was coming through the airport yesterday, seen a young guy pull up to the side. He on his way to Afghanistan. I just talked to him. I said, look here, man, I did what you did for 20 years. Praying for you. You need something, you know, if we need to connect or whatever. Because when you swear an oath, that means if something goes wrong, the organization owes you all they can to make you whole. Whether it's physically, spiritually, mentally, socially, whatever, economically, job play, whatever it is. We all are kind of the same way. When you go out there and you running towards stuff, concussed or hurting yourself or, continue to push yourself. Hey, shoot them up with this, get them back out there. If in the event something doesn't go right, the organization that you laid it out for, they kind of owe you some things. That's why people like Mr. Burns and Boo and other people at the facility, it's important because it's stuff that you got coming to you, not as a handout, not as a hookup, but something that you have. And there are people out there that may not be that incentivized to assist them because it costs them money. So what I'm saying to you all is, don't look at it like, I'm having to reach down. No, you was out there doing it. You was getting it in. And so this is just a process that you have people that care about you and don't want anything from you other than you being who you're supposed to be. This your life, man. This is who you got one shot at this thing. And some of you are the best chances that your family has. Not from a social economic standpoint, but from a hope standpoint. And what I need y'all to do for me, the first thing I want y'all to do for y'all is take your notes. I want you to write this down. I need to be present. And I'm going to explain that here in a second. I need to be present. See, I was talking to a man this morning, and I talked to this guy for a long time. And he spent so much time dealing with the past. He spent so much time ifing himself about what might happen that he can't even enjoy what's going on. You sitting up here, now, I told y'all something. I flew all the way from Florida. Now, I don't really like flying that much, but your guys are worth it. And I don't like running either. That's why I bought a car. I don't like to run. So, modes of transportation, but the bottom line is, if you're not careful, you can't even enjoy this. If you're not careful, you can't connect with a guy like this and learn something. If you're not careful, you're like, I'm gonna shut down. Because see, with men, distance equals safety. So when you're not really sure about something, you try to create distance mentally, emotionally. You don't want to talk about it. So the first thing, I want you to be present. I don't want you to think about what the man next to you might be thinking or might be perceiving of you. Because if you do, I went to a juvenile facility. I talked to some young men about a month ago. Juvenile detention facility. And I got in trouble when I was young. I got locked up. I did a lot of dumb stuff. And I thank God they let me out. Because I don't think I would have really done that well over a period of time. I mean, it just wouldn't have been a good situation. So I was talking to one of my boys that had been locked up, right? And I said, hey man, tell me when you got locked up. I said, what did you learn from it? He looked at me like, man, are you crazy? I said, nah, man, because I want to talk to these guys when I go to this facility, the treatment, not the treatment, but the detention center. I want to give them something. He said, give them this. He said, I was so mad when I was there, I didn't learn a thing. Because the whole time I was there, I was angry. Now, some of you might feel the same way now. You mad about what somebody did to you or what they didn't do to you, or you questioning, was this the right thing or coming? So it may not matter what's presented to you because you're preoccupied. So you can't be present. And in a lot of your lives, if you're not careful, we spent our lives creating a persona, an image, and all of those things that's not even who we are. So we couldn't even be present our whole lives because we're trying to maintain an image. Can anybody relate to that? So can y'all try to be present with me? And as I give you respect and honor, y'all can, I mean, I'm getting that from you now. But I'm just saying, I came here for a reason. I came here because you matter. You know, this man here, I got so much respect for him. When were you supposed to leave? Today. Why'd you stay? He stayed here for extra just because he knew I've only talked to him over the phone. But we connected in a way. It's like people say, I'm gonna tell y'all something else too. So what's the first thing we gotta do?
Be present.
Be present. Can y'all be present for me? Alright, so be present. Now, do me a favor. Don't just apply that to here. Be present everywhere you are in life. Because everywhere you go, you're supposed to give something or you're supposed to get something. But if you're preoccupied or you're thinking about what might happen or this or that, you're gonna miss that opportunity. I'm telling you something that most people will never figure out in life is how to be present. So they miss out on the essence. See, that's why I'm like, Father, I'm taking pictures, I'm hugging people, because I'm here. I don't know if I'm going to come back. I just buried some people recently that I never thought was going to believe in me this year. And I'm still going through that. It's all right. They ran their race. So some of you, I need you to keep, and I'm not going to go all, we're going to chop it up. So this ain't going to just be me pontificating all day or running it down. But I just want y'all to be, I'm establishing the groundwork. But this guy right here, we talked over the phone, and I said, look, man, you don't know me from a can of beans. I said, but I can tell you this, I love you. I said, problem with a lot of us, we don't express that love. We've been taught, things that are not correct or accurate about emotions. A lot of guys, they don't want to cry. I said, God gave you teardrops for a reason. The guys that go crazy is the ones that ain't cried in a while. Somebody step on their foot, they shoot up everybody, right? It's like, I just stepped on the shoe and that's when it happened. It's like, nah, that ain't when it was happening, because that cat all bottled up. And all he needed to go crazy was an opportunity. And someone gave it to him. That's why when people act a fool to me, I just let them go. You can say anything you want to me. I'm going to walk off, because I'll be hearing about you on the news for too long. And we're going to talk about anger. But I'm just telling y'all, if y'all just here with me. The other thing that y'all taking, I want you to write notes down, is that, I want you to make this personal. I matter. I matter. Personal. Because a lot of times, you've made your lives about so many other people. I was talking to a dude when we was in Tampa. I don't know if he was in there. He was saying he felt so bad because he couldn't provide for his daughter. He said, anything my daughter wants, I get for her. Anything she wants. I said, but you know what your daughter wants the most from you? What do you think that is? Time, attention, love. She wants stuff, but she wants her dad. She wants her dad. But see, a lot of us, because we have been in these relationships that are based on stuff, artificial, what I can provide, what you can provide. We don't have the essence. I'm going to get into love here. I'm going to jump around, because what I do, just to let you all know, I study hard. Maybe not as hard as I should. I pray for me. But I ain't going to lie.